Yeah, I'm a big proponent in favor of cameras in the courtroom. Not every state in America has that, and none of the federal courts allow cameras in the courtrooms. But
Right.
um, we've had it in Wisconsin for over 30 years. Uh, the objections to it initially were twofold. One, oh my God, lawyers are going to grandstand for the cameras. They're going to play to the cameras. And I don't think that that has proven to be true at all. Maybe in a few rare cases, but by and large, you're in trial. It's a very intensive, focused thing. You are focusing on your 12 people in the jury as
Hmm.
your audience, not some cameras. Now, it also, when it first started, there was concern about there being, be disruptive. And it's true, they used to have big banks of, television cameras on tripods. But
Hmm.
nowadays, there these little hidden cameras in the ceiling, and they're not disruptive at all. Nobody sees them.
Yeah.
Um, the one area where maybe there is some credence is the concern that maybe witnesses might um, maybe tailor their testimony a little differently if they know they're getting their like 15 minutes of fame.
Hmm.
And one example in making a murder was the DNA expert for the state, Sherry Colhane with the big hair. I mean,
Yeah.
she didn't come to work every day looking like that. Um, at least I don't think so. Um, so there is some of that, but I think that shakes out during the trial with the questioning from the various attorneys. Where I really think it's important to have cameras in the courtroom is because it gives citizens the opportunity to see what's going on in their courtrooms. And
Hmm.
that's one thing I think that made uh, Making a Murderer so popular was that people got to actually see what witnesses said, how they looked when they said it, uh, and by and large, most didn't like what they saw happening in
Mm.
that courtroom in Stephen Avery's case or Brendan Dassey's case. And I think we need that kind of feedback, that opportunity in a democracy for people to really see how a very important part of their justice system, the big institution, performs. Um, in America, we have elective offices, many of them judges, not every state, but about half. Every state prosecutors, sheriffs, and if people are going to vote for those people, they should know a little bit more about what they do, and whether they like what they do. And what
Hmm.
better way than to see what goes on in the courtroom? And then the last thing is it's unfiltered by and large. I mean, you still, if all you watch is the evening news recap, you're going to see just little snippets. But if it's streamed online, and if it's a big enough
Hmm.
case, people can actually watch all of the testimony without any filtering. Um, an example is in America, the Paul Manafort trial that just happened in federal court. Um, Nobody really got to see what was going on there. It was
Mm.
all filtered by um, the media and, as our president would say, the fake media too.
Yeah.
Putting their spin on it. So when you actually have cameras in the courtroom, the citizens can see for themselves.